This is more like the change room talk.
Yeah.
We're a bit weird.
You've almost got like no common sense, but you're really clever.
You get them? I'm not going to go that far.
Right, girls. Welcome, Razza. Welcome, Carla. Our 2 new guests. New year. Have you got any resolution?
To eat really, really healthy. All of January.
Same to be fair, I've got a similar one, and I know this sounds really daft, but I am a sucker for a pudding.
Well, I know.
Yeah, you know. No matter how full I am,
Something sweet in
It's
it.
a different compartment.
it's a different
isn't
stomach.
It?
Yeah,
There's
it
always
is.
room for that.
You've always got to have pudding, and I'm trying to go through the whole of January without having a pudding.
Question, what about your pick and mix? Because I know you love a good pick and mix.
Can't have pick and mix.
All right, so
Also
that
sweets out.
that classes as like your pudding. So make like sweet.
Yeah, because after me tea on a night, I'd go and have like a handful of, well, not more than a handful of pick and mix.
She's got massive hands, so it's like a claw, a scoop.
Yeah, so pick and mix, no, because that's my downfall massively. Pick and mix, so that's my resolution. Like you, healthier January, and then February probably just shove it in my face. But have you got
Maybe
any?
you should use pick and mix and stuff as like goalkeeping training. If you threw you some hop knobs and pick and mix, you'd be like,
I'd be mint.
Oh, she'd be
I'd be
clawing
mint.
at
I'd be mint. Nothing would get past us.
Not one sweet you would go in that. For me, obviously it's a massive year coming up with like club and Northern Ireland, so I will probably take a little leaf out of your books and just try and watch even more so what I'm putting in my body and just try and be a bit stricter, I guess, with that.
Yeah. Carla?
Well, you all know me so well and know that I'm quite clumsy.
What? Clumsy?
no.
Really?
Just a bit. So I was like, right, I'm going to be less clumsy, take more time doing things. And it's not started well.
It hasn't.
I've walked into the fridge. Last night I got to go to the loo, walked into the bed, got a big bruise. Yesterday, you know, on a diffuser, like the little, you've got to pop the
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
capsule thing off.
Yeah.
Well, I'd just done my nails, so I was getting the scissors into it. And everywhere, all over my hands, my clothes.
I thought you smelled nice today, Carla.
I noticed you didn't have your shin pads on today as well.
No. I
So
don't have
you
a shin.
started- your shin.
Roby took me out, of course.
When she took you out, I was just like laughing, and everyone's going break. I was like,
You always wear your shin pads around Roby though, don't you?
yeah, always.
Always.
So
I've learned that lesson like 10 times
Aye.
now, yeah.
Them shinies got to come back on.
Put them back on.
on Friday.
Carla, you're new to the club this year. How have you found it? Like the whole, like, I guess, transition from Bristol to here. Just tell us a bit about like your journey.
Everyone knows what Liverpool's about, and I knew that obviously the ambitions were to get straight back into the WSL, which is obviously where I want to be, where we all want to be, because we've all played in the WSL.
Yeah.
And that's sort of the level we want to be playing at. And obviously working with Matt last year, it just felt like the right fit. And obviously he came to the team and met you all. And everyone's though been so lovely. It's such a nice group, and I think that's showing on the pitch. Like you can see the togetherness of everyone in the whole squad.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to be a part of. So I've really enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. You've just touched on it there, Carla. Like the people Matt brought in, you're not just good footballers, you're really good people. Yeah. And I think for me, that's the most important thing. Because if you're a good person off the pitch, you tend to bring a lot on it. And I think you've seen that when people have played, you know, everyone brings something different, but they all bring something that were probably needed from last season.
I think we want each other to do so well on the pitch because we'll get on with each other off the pitch, like we're friends. I know when you've been playing or I've been playing, we're same as all of us. You're like, I want you to do so well.
Yeah.
I think that just shows, you know, we're getting the results. We've been so close on the pitch, but we're even closer off it, you could say.
Like we play in the same position. Sometimes it is easy to be like, well, it's like,
I'm
see
gonna
how you
kick her.
do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it could be.
yeah.
But yeah, you never know. But then like I feel like even more so, I'm like, go and smack. Like we want each other to do well, and I think that's quite rare. Like, to be genuine, that is quite rare, I think.
Yeah. So on the flip side of that, Razza, I think it's four years now you've been here. You've been here for quite a long time now. Like, how's your journey been?
It's been different every season or a few times a season. There's always challenges and hurdles, I guess, that you're going to have to overcome. Like, for me, I signed as a midfielder, holding midfielder, and I played higher up. I've played at the back, full back, wing back. So, like, that's been a tough change for me quite a lot over the season. So I just wanted to, like, settle a little bit as much as I can. But yeah, there's just changes anywhere you go, I guess, and you just kind of got to get on with it. And in all fairness, like, it does push you. And I was listening to the Eric Dyer podcast this morning on the way to training, and he was saying that obviously turnover in different places, that he's gone here, there and everywhere, and it's about the challenges that you face and overcome. If you get settled somewhere, sometimes it's not the best thing for you. And he said he signed for Everton, re-signed his contract even though he really didn't like it in the first year, but actually signed another year just because the challenges were great for him and for his career. So yeah, like, even though we've got changes, the changes this season have been amazing. Like, I've never been, like, obviously I had a great time at Doncaster as well, and everywhere I've gone I've enjoyed, but it is a real family. Like, I feel like you've been here for 4 years, do you know what I mean?
I feel like I've been here for 4 years.
When you signed, and I messaged you saying, do you want a new best friend?
Look at us
and
now.
It doesn't feel like it. Look at us now, we're so tight. I actually did. We went for a coffee date on, like, a first day.
Of course you did. We're besties.
Sat down for about 3 hours. I was like, yay! friends, football friends. But yeah, like, having an environment like that is unreal, and and it is a proper family, and people do throw it around a little bit too much, like, oh, we've got a family. We actually are a family. We spend so much time outside of football together.
We're so fortunate to have a group like we've got, and I think results and how we're playing on the pitch, it shows that we are together on and off it, and yeah, long may it continue because we're doing well. Everyone read in the news about Coventry going into voluntary liquidation. When I was reading stuff and what I was reading, I just thought, you put yourself in that position and how would you feel?
Women's football has moved on so much over the last 5-10 years, but I think that was just a shock reminder of how fragile the women's game still is. And you know, I've got a friend at Coventry who left, like, a very well-paid job to follow our dream and become a professional footballer. So yeah, I think the timing was horrendous. I know obviously things have developed now and it looks like they're going to be saved, which is great.
Great news.
There was a crowdfunder, and, like, I mean, I donated. Like, you've just got to kind of put yourself in their shoes, and it's not good for the women's game.
We're really fortunate to be at a club like Liverpool. You know, we're secure, and the men's team back us to the hilt, and I think we are fortunate in the position we're in. But I'm just so glad that they have been saved, because I think that would have been absolutely tragic for the women's game. You know, it's about 10 steps back. It's not just 1 or 2. It's about 10 steps back, and it just shows how fragile it still is. It really does.
Yeah, imagine if that was you. It's the unknown, isn't it? Like, I personally hate, like, unknowns or uncertainty and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just felt so sorry for the girls. Like, I have a friend there, messaged her and stuff, but yeah, hopefully they'll be all right. I
signed 2-year full-time for Doncaster, and a year and a half into it, they said, can't pay you wage anymore. I was like, well, I'm full-time, like, this is what I signed, this is my contract. They just went, well, we can't pay you. So I was, like, stressing. I just signed my papers for a mortgage in the December, and then I was just rallying around thinking, right, I need a full-time job, and just putting applications in here and there and everywhere. And then I was basically still training full-time, but I'm having to work full-time.
It's crazy.
It was just, it's just such a stressful time. So I just hope that they're all okay and everything works out. Now there's someone coming in to support them.
I think we're realistic in women's football. Obviously not comparing to the men's, but a 1-year contract in the men's game, a 2-year contract in the men's game is financially stable.
A lot of money, yeah.
You know, whereas I think we just have to move with women's football, move with the times that we're in. I think even the Coventry girls, a 1-year contract, you've got to think that's security though for that 1 year.
For the 1 year, yeah.
And just to be told with it, like Christmas Eve, I think the girls got told basically your job's gone. You know, and I think they were only able to get like a week's pay because they hadn't been at a full-time professional for over a year. So I understand the times we're in and the security of the 1 year, 2 years, but it shouldn't be happening after 6 months, let's be honest.
No, absolutely not. That's it. Whether you're in a year's contract or whether you're in a 3-year contract, you take it for what it is. Okay, well, I know I'm all right for a year. At the end of that year, you know, your last couple of months, you start to plan. Do I look elsewhere? Am I going to sign another contract? And, you know, like I said, whether you sign a 1 year or a 3 year, you literally go off what's on the table. And you sign in 1 year and you plan for a year. You don't plan for 6 months.
Yeah, and so I think that's what a lot of the girls doing. But I mean, on a whole, we wish them all the best. I think women's football, I think, you know, I've seen on social media, like everybody in the women's game is supporting Coventry and hoping that they can come out of this, because it is horrible to see. It's horrible to think if any of us were in that situation. So I mean, it's just sending our best wishes, like from Liverpool to Coventry, and you know, hopefully that they can turn this corner and I guess start a rebuild. We need to speak about these two at Donny, because you go a bit
way back.
Way back. This is the thing, way back. But how old are you, Carla?
Just 25.
25. No. I feel like you've been around me forever.
Longer than me.
Same.
Longer than me.
No, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, but talk through your Donny highlights.
How old were you when you came to Doncaster?
12.
17, 18 maybe? 12.
12. Stop adding years on me.
18?
Yeah, I took Carla under my wing. She kept saying we're like sisters, but I knew that I was a mother.
Mum.
Yes. I'm too old to be a sister.
Yeah, sisters. And I was like, come on.
Do you remember the time, like, you know, the like tortellini pasta or whatever, the fresh pasta you have to cook?
Yeah.
I didn't realise there was a difference, so I put it in the cupboard, like not in the fridge. So I took it out, it's just like, oh, Razza, this didn't last very long.
It's green, Razza. I didn't buy the spinach one.
Tell them the plain story, because that's my favourite story of our time at Donny. But you're a better storyteller than me.
I'm not.
We'll give you this one, Razza. Come on,
Okay,
story
so how
time.
do I set the scene? It was a really sunny day.
Beautiful day.
A beautiful day in Doncaster.
No clouds in the sky.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Hey, we've got a parrot in.
It was lovely and blue.
Oh, you needed one of them.
And we lived near Doncaster Airport, didn't we? And there's lights either side because they come down for the runway, right?
Yeah.
So there's lights at either side for this road.
But no, there's no barrier, you know, like a train.
There's no barrier. There's just the lights.
Right.
So we comes up to the lights and it was on red. So there was a plane coming. And we were like...
We'd been waiting ages.
I can't see one. It's clear skies. I can't see a plane anywhere.
Must be broken.
Clouds. I was like, I call it, just go. Right, we were in this little, what did you have, a yellow Yaris?
I go.
And I go.
She's in this like little shoebox.
We were there in this little tin, driving down. And we get, call it, just go. So we sets off. And we get to the main bit, and out of nowhere, I don't know where it came from, where we were like this.
The car was shaking.
It just went dark. And Carla's got the steering wheel. She's just like, It was the funniest thing. I don't know if it was.
So how close did the plane get?
Oh, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the wheels touched the roof.
Good job I didn't have a Range Rover.
But it was so funny. Then we were just
excellent,
staying there and
that.
it landed. We were like, okay, probably should go.
I think I was.
I was honestly,
my God.
it was just so funny. There's so many funny stories.
Can I just say, Carla, I'd blame Razza.
I blame you, man.
I shouldn't have.
You should have been better. You were the mum, you should have known better.
So what we do every show is we get our guests to bring in something that means something to you and just tell a little story behind it. So who would like to go first?
Who wants to go?
Do you want me to go first?
Oh, jump in there, Carla.
Go for it, Carla. Go on.
You gave me the looks.
Clumsy Carla in there.
Clumsy Carla. No, can't wait to see this.
Right, come on then.
The more you say it, the more I'm going to be clumsy.
Don't encourage her.
I know.
So far, so good. Well, this little, the photos in it. This little book comes to every game with me. It's got a picture in it of me and my granddad. But I've had other photos in there.
So you always bring this book and bring a photo?
Yeah, the book, so my granddad actually passed away, so I've missed that bit out.
Okay.
So he used to come to every single game with my dad. You met my granddad.
Yeah.
Anywhere, like when I was with England, like he would travel and stuff. Yeah, he was amazing, like
That's
one of
really
the best guys ever. And I actually spoke at his funeral, so my speech is also in there, but I don't read that before games. I think it would get me a bit emotional.
Yeah, but you've got it with
but it's
you
there,
because-
yeah. And just because obviously he came to every game with me, so he's still in a way he's obviously
Absolutely.
coming to every game with me. So yeah, that was just my little thing that
nice.
comes to every game with
Oh,
me.
mate, that's
Nice.
really,
They're really nice.
It's really cute.
Follow that.
Just
I
give you a
can't.
hug.
I know I've done well to not tear
Yeah,
up,
you
not
have.
me.
You have.
Really nice. Razza?
I didn't bring anything in.
You got 4.
I've got a photo.
Yeah,
brought yourself?
that's classed as bringing something in.
Okay. So this is me and my brother. And I think for me, growing up with my brother on an estate of boys really toughened me up. And he got me into football. And actually, my next door neighbour, when we moved over to Blackburn, because obviously I was living in Wales, but I was very young. So when we moved over to Blackburn, I had a next door neighbour. It's called Phil. And I still go on the football. I still go on the football with him, and he's bought my season ticket for the last 20 odd years. And he used to come and pick us up when we moved over to Burnley. He used to come and pick us up and take us on the games. Now we go and pick him up and take him on the games. But I'm like, Phil, I'm 30 now. I probably should pay for my own season ticket. He's like, no, what else would I do with my money? So we were just really good friends, even though he's just our next door neighbour. He's like family. He used to go, I'll give you 50p if you can do 10 kick-ups. So I'd practice and practice. Now I'm not back on his door and be like, I can do 10 kick-ups. And he'd give me 50p and I'd do my 10 kick-ups, and then he'd write £1 for 20 kick-ups. I'm actually really good at kick-ups, and it's
What,
because
you're now
when I
about
was
20
so...
quid?
Yeah, just keep knocking on doors, coming past, get your
I'm at
Well, that's right. And I would just be out there, kick-ups, and I'd just be knocking a ball against the wall, because he'd said, knock a ball against the wall, then use a tennis ball, knock it against the wall, both feet. And like, little things like that, they just stick in your mind, don't they? I'm really good at kick-ups now, you know.
You wouldn't have been if it wasn't for Phil.
Yeah, if you do left, right, you get a fiver.
So, gals, we're going to do some little random questions. Your answer can be as long as you like or as short as you like. Razza, tell us
Yes.
about your first professional goal.
Probably a header. I think I had a season at Doncaster. I scored about 5 in a season. Yeah, I can't remember. I do remember when I was doing a competition in the summer. You know, when you used to go to them tournaments, and I remember it being golden goal. I was playing up front and lobbed the keeper, and I was just like, "This is the best day of my life."
We'll take that. We'll take that one.
Yeah, that
We'll
wasn't
take that
professional, but take that.
Take it.
Golden goal.
Carla, can you think?
Yeah, it was on my Arsenal debut, actually. We played Bristol, which was then obviously went to Bristol.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it was just a tap-in. But they all
All
count,
count.
don't they? They all count.
Does matter whether it's an overhead kick, what?
No.
They
Oh my
all
God,
count.
do you remember my first goal? No, I
Don't tell me it was an overhead kick.
No,
That
it was a
actually reminded
header
me.
really far out towards near the edge of the box. It was against Birmingham when I played for Blackburn in the Prem. That was my first goal. I remember that.
Really?
Yeah, I was about 17.
What would you be doing if you weren't a footballer?
When I was younger, I actually was a gymnast, and I was doing gymnastics probably about 5 days a week, 6 days of the week, and then football 2 days maybe. My mum was gymnast for Wales.
Really?
Yeah, and I was actually very good at it back then. I can barely touch my toes now, obviously. And then
Being
I
a
had to
footballer,
pick
who can
between
touch
my
your
mum.
toes?
Honestly, my mum was taking me here, there and everywhere, and I had to pick, and I was like, nah, I want to play football. She was like, are you sure you want to go in there twice a week, and at the minute you're doing everything?
Oh, no.
And I was like, yeah, I think I want to play football. So maybe that could have happened. I don't know, but...
Following in your mum's footsteps. I think it would have happened.
Teaching maybe, or...
Yeah.
Well, from watching like crime programs and stuff, I always wanted to be like a detective, but I think I'll be the worst detective ever.
I don't. Well,
You'd get to crime.
Carla.
You'd get to crime scene. You'd trip up into
Where did the incident happen?
DNA all over it now.
Carla, it was you.
I mean, everything goes over my head, so I'll come on.
No,
That's
I
a bit
think you're
unrealistic.
clever. I think you are
No,
clever.
like at school I did really well.
Yeah.
But just I think it's not common sense.
No, it is.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
almost got like no common sense, but you're really clever.
Cheers.
You get them people.
I'm gonna go that far.
You've got no common sense, but you're really clever.
Okay, you've got little common sense. Very, very little.
No, you're right though, because I've got common sense, but I'm not really.
Yeah.
I'm not really bright.
Like, you've normally
same.
got one or the other. I'd like to think I've got both then.
Well, I don't know. Like, what's top of your bucket list?
Oh.
I would love to jump out of a plane, obviously, with a parachute.
Thank God for that.
And a nice man strapped to the back of us.
With that Carla when you're going over in that little Yaris.
I can use a roof to land on.
It's not big enough in an angle.
So
An angle, not a Yaris.
Aye.
I go.
I'd like to think I've got the guts to do that, but I don't know if I would.
No,
I mean,
I've
once I'm
done
up
it.
there, someone
Have you
just
done
shoves
it?
us
Yeah,
on.
I've done it about 5-6 years ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
I didn't know
British
that.
British Heart Foundation. My granddad passed away of a heart attack, so I don't know. I was just like, I'm just going to raise some money
why
for
not?
charity here.
Nice.
Oh, fair play.
It was unreal, to be fair. And I think I raised £3,000-4,000 for charity. So
Oh, that's nice. Your last question. What is the best piece of advice you've been given?
Do a job you love because you do it for quite a long time.
Oh, I like it.
My dad told me that when I was like younger, when I was doing like my degrees and stuff like that. He said, you need to make sure you do a job that you enjoy because you do it for a very long time. And he was stuck in IT, doing a job that he didn't really enjoy all that much. So,
no, fair play.
That is
Yeah.
good advice.
and also be you, be the person you are, because people remember the person you are more than sometimes they do remember you on the pitch. So,
Yeah, well done, Razzie. You were good. Carla?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you stole mine a little bit. I made it sound better. But yeah, Mum always just said, just be you, just be who you are. Like whether that's in football, or out of football, just be true to yourself and what you believe in and be yourself. So yeah.
That almost makes you the player you are, though, isn't it? Like, you're not changing for anyone, you're not changing for any environment. And, you know, Razzie, you've come in 4 years ago, Carla, you've just come in, and you are such good people because you are just being yourselves. You don't have to try and be something you're not.
Yeah.
And then that takes you onto the pitch, and it's outside of football, it's in football, and you are just yourselves, and that's all you should be,
Yeah.
really.
What a great way to finish.
I agree. Thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome
And
anytime.
thank you,
Anytime.
guys. We've really enjoyed it.
We've loved it.
Yeah, we've had a great
We've loved
time.
having you on,
Thank
so
you.
thank you very much.
And here's to a very successful 2022 for all of us.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We plough on now.
we do. That's a wrap.